I have struggled for years to be able to put together a group of sentences that I think many people can understand. The problem that we are facing today in, I would say, most of the English-speaking world is we have to acknowledge some things that we have been brushing to the side for far too long. One is that it is very clear to me that a significant portion of the English-speaking population, so not necessarily just Americans, but people who primarily speak English, have been co-opted by Russian and Chinese disinformation. The hard reality is, outside of Russian and Chinese disinformation, which seeks to destroy the United States from within, and if you take a step back and just kind of look at the situation, if you're Russia and China, you don't need to fight. You don't want to fight America on the ground, right? Or in the air, right? You don't want to expend people or assets. Like you don't want to fight a ground war. We're not going to do that. So what Russia and China are going to do is stoke the flames of white supremacy, because white Christian nationalism and nationalism will destroy a democracy. It's just facts. If you go back and look at history, go back and look at the course of history. We literally fought a war about this. And all those veterans are almost all gone now, and they would be rolling all over in their fucking graves to find that there are Nazis marching on the streets in the United States. That a major political party in the United States has been co-opted by Russian and Chinese disinformation. It's not enough to call these people weird and stupid and gullible. Co-opted by Russian and Chinese disinformation, whose mission, by the way, is to destroy the United States without fighting a war. How do you do that? Stoke the flames of white supremacy. It'll destroy the United States from within. This election is not about, oh, he's a pedophile. Oh, he's got 34 felonies. Oh, he asked for the help of Russia on the debate stage in 2016. He gave away COVID testing machines to Russia. If you live in the United States and you've ever seen a COVID testing machine, I'd like to talk to you. So when you understand, it's not just about lining his pockets, it's not about selling secrets, it's the fact that a president of the United States is owned by Vladimir Putin, which means they bankrolled him. He doesn't have the money. He owes Vladimir Putin money, right? He's clearly bound for prison for a number of reasons, and he's running for office to keep himself out of prison and keep the world from understanding that basically Donald J. Trump was living a lie, where he, for many, many years, was lying about how much money he had. If you're Russia or China, and there's a stupid man that is the host of The Apprentice, a TV star, we can make him president. We could feed him talking points. All we have to do is bankroll him. Who else is bankrolling him? The Saudis, right? And it's not just about Elon Musk put $75 million into a super PAC for Donald J. Trump, meaning like the Republican Party has been co-opted by Russian and Chinese disinformation aimed at taking the United States down from the inside. The Republican Party for many, many years has been associated with the KKK, right? The leadership of the KKK has supported the Republican Party as long as I've been alive, and I'm in my 40s. And I'll leave you with this. When I was on active duty in the Marine Corps Infantry in 2005, I was in 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines Weapons Company. 2-2 was the most combat deployed unit in Marine Corps history. When I got to 2-2, they were on their 5th straight deployment to Iraq. Now, I got very lucky that their next deployment was not number 6. We were on a boat. I was aboard the USS Baton. My Staff Sergeant Sandy, a very admirable human being, decided after meeting me that I want to get a college degree. And he had to do a paper on the history of terrorism. And I challenge you to do your research on terrorism. It's American as apple pie. Haymarket Square, 1835. And I'm not reading anything. I'm standing in my living room. I did the research. I helped him write the paper. The greatest threat to democracy, the greatest threat to the United States, to the first world, to the third world. Technically, because if you get shitty leadership in here and they don't get climate change under control, we're all going to fucking die anyway, right? Have you not realized this yet? Whether it's fire or flood or you fucking asphyxiate, climate change is here. Who do you want in leadership? People that are stupid, that get easily co-opted by Russian and Chinese disinformation that literally will try to take the United States down from the inside, pit citizens against the military, citizens against the police, citizens against the government, white versus black, white versus brown. All these ways they've chosen to divide us is not us. We are a nation of immigrants, are we not? Wake up.